Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Acts 24 to 28, Proverbs 21, and Psalm 87. Let's get started. And after 5 days, the high priest Ananias came down, and with some elders and spokesmen, one Tertullus. They laid before the governor their case against Paul. And when he had been summoned, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying, "Since though you enjoy much peace, and since by a force and most excellent things, reforms are being made for this nation in every way, and everywhere we establish with all gratitude. To detain you no further, I beg you in the kindness to hear us briefly. For we have found in this man's plea, one who stirs up riots among all the Jews throughout the world, and is a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes. He even tried to profane the temple, but we seized him. I examined him yourself. You'll be able to find out from him about everything of which we accuse him." The Jews also joined in the charge, hearing all these things, and the governor had nodded to him to see, who replied, "Knowing that for many years you have been judge over the nation, I cheerfully make my defense. You can verify that it is not more than 12 days since I went up to worship in Jerusalem. It did not find me disreputing with anyone or stirring up a crowd, either in the temple or in the synagogues or in the city. And again they prove to you what they now bring up against me. But this I confess to you, that according to the way which they call a sect, I worship the God of our fathers, believing everything laid down by the Lord and the prophets, having a hope in God, which these men in themselves said, that there will be a resurrection of both the just and the unjust. And I always take pains to have a clear conscience toward both God and man. Now, after several years, I came to bring alms to my nation and present offerings. While I was doing this, they found me purified in the temple, without any cause of tomorrow. There's some Jews from Asia, they ought to be here before you and to make an accusation. Should they have anything against me, or else have these men themselves say what the wrongdoing they found when I stood before them at the Lord Council. Other than this one thing that I cried out while standing among them, in respect to the resurrection of the dead, while I am on trial before you this day. But Felix, having a rather accurate knowledge of the way, let them all say, when Lysias the tribune asked how to decide your case, and he gave orders to the centurion that he should be kept in custody and have some levity, and that none of his friends should be prevented from attending to his needs. After some days, Felix came with his wife Drusilla, who was Jewish, and he sent for Paul and had him speak about faith in Christ Jesus. And he reasoned about righteousness and self-control. And the coming judge, Felix was alarmed and said, "Go away from the present. When I get an opportunity, I'll summon you." And at the same time, he heard money would be given him by Paul. So he sent for him up and conversed with him. And 2 years had elapsed. Felix was succeeded by Porcius Festus. He tried to do the Jews a favor, but Felix left Paul in prison. And 3 days after Festus had arrived in the boat, he went up to Jerusalem from Caesarea, and the chief priests and principal men of the Jews laid out their case against Paul, and they urged, asking as a favor against Paul, that he summon him to Jerusalem, because they kept planning to rob him, an ambush to kill him on the way. Festus replied that Paul was being kept at Caesarea, and that he himself intended to go there shortly. So he said, "Let the men of authority among you go down with me, and if there's anything wrong about the man that I'm in charge against it, after he stayed among them not more than 8 or 10 days, he went down to Caesarea, and the next day he took a seat on the tribunal and ordered Paul to go. And he had arrived, and the Jews who had come down from Jerusalem stood around, bringing many and serious charges against him that they cannot prove. Paul argued in his defense neither against the law of the Jews, nor against the temple, nor against his defense, nor against Caesar have I committed any offense. But Festus, wishing to do the Jews a favor, said to Paul, "Do you wish to go to Jerusalem and be there tried on these charges before me?" Paul said, "I am standing before Caesar's tribunal, where I ought to be tried. To the Jews I have done no wrong, as you yourself know very well. If they and I am wrong to me, anything for which I deserve to die, I did not seek to escape death. If there's nothing to charge against me, then no one could give me up to them. I appealed to Caesar." Then Festus, when he conferred with his council, answered, "To Caesar you have appealed, to Caesar you shall go." When some days had passed, Agrippa the king and Bernice arrived at Caesarea and greeted Festus. As they stayed here many days, Festus laid Paul's case before the king, saying, "There's a man left prisoner by Felix. I was at Jerusalem, the chief priests and the elders of the Jews had their case against him. asking for a sentence of condemnation against him. As to them, it was not the custom of the Romans to give up anyone before the accused met the accused face to face, and had the opportunity to make his defense before considering the charge laid against him. So when they came together here, I made no delay. On the next day, took my seat on the tribunal and ordered the man to be brought. Then the accused, they brought no charges in his case of such evils as I supposed. When they had set points of dispute with him about their own religion, about certain Jesus who was dead, but whom Paul was said to be alive. Being at a loss how to investigate these questions, asked whether he wanted to go to Jerusalem and be tried there regarding him. And then when Paul appeared to be kept in custody for the decision of the emperor, I ordered him to be held until I could send him to Caesar. And Agrippa said to Festus, I would like to hear the man myself. Tomorrow, he said, you'll hear him. So the next day, Agrippa and Bernard came with great pomp, and they entered the audience hall with the military tribunes and prominent men of the city. Then at the command of Festus, Paul was brought in. Then in the hall, Festus said, King Agrippa, all who were present with us, you see this man about whom the whole Jewish people petitioned me, both in Jerusalem and here, showing that he ought not to live any longer. And I found that he had done nothing to deserve death. As he himself appealed to the emperor, I decided to go ahead and send him. I have nothing definite to write to my lord about it. Therefore I have brought him before you all, and especially before you can come. So after we have examined him, I have made something to write, for it seems to me unreasonable that sending a prisoner out to indicate the charges against him. So Agrippa said to Paul, you have permission to speak for yourself. And Paul stretched out his hand and made his defense. I consider myself fortunate that is before you, King Agrippa, and I am going to make my defense today against all the accusations of the Jews, especially because you are familiar with all the customs and controversies of the Jews. Especially since because you're familiar with all the customs and controversy of the Jews. Therefore I beg you to listen to me patiently. My manner of life is from my youth, went from the beginning among my own nation and in Jerusalem. It is known by all the Jews. They have known for a long time, if they are willing to testify, that according to the strictest party of our religion, I have lived as a Pharisee. And now I stand here on trial because of my hope and the promise made by God to our fathers, to which our 12 tribes hope to return. And as they earnestly bless you night and day, and for this our own accused righteous, again, I say, Lord, incredible that I and me, and God raised the dead. I myself was convinced that I ought to do many things in opposing the name of Jesus and Nazareth, and I did so in Jerusalem. I only locked up many of the saints in prison after receiving authority from the chief priests, and then I now put to death because my very concern, and I punished them often in all the synagogues and tried to make them blaspheme. And raging fury against them, I persecuted them even to fallen cities. In this connection, I journeyed to Damascus. With the authority and permission of the chief priests, I met the king I saw on the way of life and heaven, brighter than the sun that shone around me, and those who journeyed with me. And then he had all fallen to the ground. I heard a voice saying to me in the Hebrew language, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? It was hard for you to go against the goats. And he said, Who are you, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus whom you are persecuting. Arise and stand upon your feet, for I appeared to you for this purpose, to appoint you as a servant and a witness to other things that which you see me, and to which I will appear to you, and delivering you from your people and from the Gentiles, to whom I am sending you to open their eyes, so that they may turn from darkness to light, and from the power of Satan to God, that they may receive forgiveness of sins and place among those who are sanctified by faith in me. Therefore, O King Agrippa, I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision, but declare first to those in Damascus and in Jerusalem and throughout all the region of Judea, and also to the Gentiles, that they should repent and turn to God. Therefore, me Jesus in keeping with their repentance. For this reason, the Jews seized me in the temple and tried to kill me. And this day I have had the help that comes from God. And so I stand here to explain both small and great, and say nothing but what the prophets of Moses would say would come to pass. And the Christ must suffer, and that I being first to rise from the dead, he proclaimed light both to our people and to the Gentiles. And as he was saying these things in his defense, Festus said with a loud voice, Paul, you are out of your mind. Your great learning is driving you out of your mind. Paul said, I am not out of my mind, most excellent Festus, but I am speaking true and rational words. The king knows about these things, and I do my speak boldly, for I am persuaded that none of these things have escaped his notice, but this has not been done in a corner. King Agrippa, do you believe the prophets? I know that you believe. And Agrippa said to Paul, in a short time would you persuade me to be a Christian? And Paul said, well, short or long, I would to God that not only you, but also all who hear me this day, I have become such as I am, except for these chains. And the king rose, and the governor and burned, as those who were sitting with them. When they had read it, withdrew. And they said to one another, "This man has done nothing to deserve death or imprisonment." And Agrippa said to Festus, "This man could have been set free if he had not appealed to Caesar." And when it was decided that he should sail for Italy, they delivered Paul and some other prisoners to the centurion. However, the Augustan cohort named Julius, embarking in the ship of Adramyttium, he was about to sail to the coast to the coast of Asia, and we put to sea accompanied by Aristarchus, a Macedonian from Thessalonica. The next day we put in our sea, and Julius treated Paul kindly and gave him leave to go to Corinth and be careful. And we went out to sea from there. We sailed together under the lee of Cyprus, because the winds were against us. And then we sailed across the open sea along the coast of Cilicia and Pamphylia, and we came to Myra and Lycia, and the centurion found a ship of Alexandria sailing for Italy, and put us on board. We sailed slowly for a number of days, and arrived with difficulty off Cnidus, as the wind did not allow us to go farther. And we sailed under the lee of Salmon, coasting along with difficulty. We came to a place called Fair Havens, near which was the Sea of Lycia. Since much time was passed, and the voyage was now dangerous, because even the frost was already over. All advised them to say, so as I perceived that the voyage would be with injury and much loss, and not only the cargo and the ship, but also of our lives. And the centurion paid much more attention to the pilot and the owner of the ship, and what Paul said. And because the harbour was not suitable to spend the winter in, majority decided to put out to sea from there. And on the chance that somehow they could reach Phoenix, a harbour of great praise in west, southwest, and northwest, and spend the winter there. For when the south wind blew gently, supposing they had obtained their purpose, and we anchored and sailed along close to the shore, but see the tempestuous wind sailed called the northeaster, struck down the wind, and when the ship was caught and could not face the wind, he gave way to it and would travel along, running up the lee of a small island called Corda. We ran into a difficulty to secure the ship's boat, and hoisting it up, but it used of course to undergird the ship, and fearing that they would run aground on the side ships, they lowered the gear, and thus they were driven along. Since we were violently stormed to us, they began the next day to jettison the cargo, and on the third day they threw the ship's tackle overboard with their own hands, and neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, and no small tempest lay on us. And all hope of our being safe was at last abandoned, since they had been without food for a long time. All stood up among them and said, "And you should listen to me, and you should not have sailed from Crete and cured this enduring loss. Yet now I urge you to take heart, since there will be no loss of life among you, but only of the ship. For this very night there stood before me an angel of God, to whom I worship, and said, Do not be afraid, Paul, you must stand before Caesar. And behold, God is granting you all those who sail with you. So take heart, men, for I have faith in God. They will be exactly as I have been told. We must run aground on some island. And within 14 nights had come, and soon having driven across Adriatic Sea, about midnight the sailors suspected that they were near land. So they stood standing and found 20 fathoms. A little farther they took a sounding again and found 15 fathoms. Fearing they might run on the rocks, they let down 4 anchors from the stern and prayed for day to go. As sailors were seeking to escape from the ship, they lowered the ship's boat into the sea under pretense of laying out anchors for them bow. Paul said to the centurion and the soldiers, Unless these men stay in the ship, you cannot be safe. And the soldiers cut away the rope of the ship's boat and let it go. The day was about to dawn. Paul urged them all to take some food, saying, Today is the 14th day, and you continue in suspense and without food, having taken nothing. Therefore I urge you to take some food. It will give you strength, and not the hairs to perish from the head of any of you. And he said these he took bread and gave thanks to God, and in the presence of all he broke it and began to eat. And all were encouraged some food themselves. And they had eaten enough, they lied in the ship, throwing out the way into the sea. Now the windows did not recognize the land, but they noticed the bay was a beach on which it was very impossible to run the ship ashore. So they cast off the anchors and left them in the sea, and at the same time loosening the ropes that tied the rudders, and hoisting the foresail to the wind, they made for the beach. Striking a reed, they ran the vessel up there. The bow stuck and remained immovable, and the stern was being broken off by the sword. And I said, the soldiers' plan was to kill the prisoners, as any should swim away and escape. And the centurion wished to save Paul kept from carrying out their plan. He ordered those who could swim to jump overboard first and make for the land, and the rest on planks or on pieces of the ship. And so it was that all were brought safely to land. After they brought safely, and then land on the island was called Malta, and people showed unusual kindness. But they kindled a fire and woke the soul because it began to rain and was cold. And boys gathered bundles of sticks and put them on the fire. A viper came out because of the heat and fastened on his hand. And the native people saw the creature hanging from his hand. They said to one another, "No doubt the son is a murderer." Now he escaped from the sea. Justice had not allowed him to live. And he, however, shook off the creature in the fire and suffered no harm. They were waiting for him to swell up or suddenly fall down dead. And they waited a long time and saw no misfortune come to him. They changed their minds and said that he was a god. And now in the neighborhood of that place were lands belonging to the chief land of the island named Publius. He received us and made us hospitality for 3 years. After the night, the father of Publius lay sick with fever and dysentery. And Paul visited him and prayed. And putting his hands on him, he healed him. And when this had taken place, the rest of the people on the island who were diseased also came and were cured. And I shall honor us greatly, and when we were about to sail, they put us on board with whatever we needed. After 3 months, we set sail in a ship that winter in the island, a ship of Alexandria, and with the 2 gods as a figurehead. Putting at Syracuse, we stayed there for 3 days, and from there we made a second arrive at Regio, and after 1 day southward Spain. And on the 2nd day we came to Puteoli, and we found brothers and were invited to stay with them for 7 days. And so he came to Mary, and the brothers did. And they heard about us, came as far as the forum of Appius, and 3 towns to meet us. But seeing that Paul thanked God and took courage, and we came into him, Paul was allowed to stay by himself. But the soldier got him. After 3 days, he called together the local leaders of the Jews. And they had gathered. He said to them, "Brothers, I have done nothing against our people or the customs of my fathers. Yet I was delivered as a prisoner from Jerusalem into the hands of the Romans. And they examined me and wished to set me at liberty, because there was no reason for the death penalty in my case, but because the Jews objected. I was compelled to appeal for cease, and because I had no charge to break against my nation. For this reason, therefore, I have asked to see in secrecy, since it is because of the hope of Israel that I am wearing this ring." And they said, "And we received a letter from Judea about you. And other brothers coming here as a reporter, but spoken any evil about you. And we desire to hear from you what your views are. With regard to this act, we know that every word is spoken against. And being an appointed day for it came for her as logic and great numbers. From morning till evening, he spoke to testifying to the kingdom of God, and trying to convince them about Jesus, both the law of Moses and from the prophets. And some like him beside what he said, others disbelieved, and disagreeing among themselves, who harder after the Paul made one statement. And the Holy Spirit was right in saying to your father, and through Isaiah the prophet, go to the people and say, "You indeed hear but never understand. You indeed see but never perceive." All the people's house has grown dull, and their ears they can barely hear. With their eyes they have closed, and lest they should see with their ears, and hear with their eyes, hear with their ears. See with their eyes and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart and turn, and I'll heal them. Therefore let it be known to you that the salvation of God has been sent to the Gentiles. He lived there 2 whole years as their friend. Therefore when we came to him, proclaiming the kingdom of God, and teaching that the Lord Jesus Christ with all boldness and without hindrance. Proverbs 21. The king has a stream of water in the hand of the Lord. He turns wherever he will. If the way of a man is right in his own eyes, the law is hard to do righteousness and justice. It is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Holy eyes and prayer, and the wicked are sin. And hands them diligently show to abundance. Everyone who is hasty comes firmly to ruin. They again judged by a long time is fleeing blameless matters. The mouths of the wicked will sleep no more, because they refuse to do what is just. And the way of the guilty is crooked, but the conduct of the pure is upright. It is best to live in the corner of the house, and with the house shut with the cross of life. His all the wicked decides evil does. His day provides no mercy in sight. And a scoffer is punished, a simple finds wise. But a warden and instructor he gives knowledge. Righteous man observes the house of the wicked. He throws the wicked down to earth, and whoever closes his ear to the cries boy will self-glory and not be his. A gift seek over its anger, conceal bribe strong wrath, and justice is done is joy to the righteous, and terror to evil doers. Only one from the way of good sense will rest in his seven abilities. Have lost pleasure will be a poor man. He loves wine and oil will not be rich. The wicked is a ransom for the righteous, and a traitor for the upright. And it is better to live in a desolate land than for cross and fearful one. Treasure precious treasure and oil and wise and strong. No foolish man devours. Whoever pursues righteousness and kindness will find life, righteousness, and wise man skills the city of the mighty, and whoever brings down stronghold and richly just. Whoever keeps the mouth of the tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Scoffers is the name of the arrogant holy man. Arrogant holy man, he acts with arrogant pride. Desire the sluggard kills him. For his hands refuse to live. Hold along and crazy and curse. With the righteous gives it does not hold back. And sacrifice to the wicked is an abomination. And how is wrong when he breaks him with evil intent? A false witness will perish, with the word of a man he is one joy. And a wicked man puts on a bow face, for the upright gives thoughts of joy. They wisdom no understanding, no against who can avail against the Lord. The host is made ready for the day of battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. Psalm 87. On the holy man's sensitivity he found it. The Lord loves the gates of Zion more than all the dwelling places of Jacob. Glorious things have Yah spoken, those who say to God. Among those who know my image and Rahab of Babylon, behold, fills the entire with Cush. And if one was born there, they said, and as Zion shall be said, this one, and that one will be born in her, although Isaiah himself will establish her. And the Lord records as he registers the prophet. This one was born there. Sing as the dead to the light, say, all my springs are in you. And as it's done, I should answer the Lord's prayer. And then he's right hands, Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. How can we come? Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Give us our destiny, use for good and justice. Use not this temptation, but to those from the evil one. Give us the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.